No intro today. We're gonna get right into the problem. There's a couple problems, there's a couple solutions I have in mind. I need you guys to talk to me and discuss. I'm gonna send this all out to 2K. I'm gonna report it just so we can have an idea of where we're all at as a community. I've always tried to be somewhat of a voice. I've always thought of myself as someone that's always been trying to do the right thing for the mode. I always want what's best for it. I've loved it since it first was introduced over 10 years ago, and it has some deep meaning in my heart, for real. So if you guys have no idea what's going on, there's a couple issues, right? And it all begins not just with the auction house and what's happening. We're seeing it with diamonds, we're seeing it with amethyst. Look, so some of these cards, yeah, sure, Grand Hill should be going for, he's like 200k right now, sure, we'll say that. We'll say Mason's going 150, no problem. There's other cards that shouldn't be going for the prices they're going for. And why are they going there? There's a big reason to it, right? And we saw a lot of it last night, a lot of it yesterday. There were cards, a bunch of diamonds going for 200k, cards that were already way under. Like, for example, Monte Ellis, I was seeing him going for 200 throughout the night, even though the card was 80k like 2 seconds prior. You feel me? 2 seconds prior, and you're still going for that price. But people are clearly buying, purchasing MT, and we're all being punished for it. The reason I'm saying that is because there's a whole pending system. I sold my Monte for 100 because I took advantage of him going for 100. He went up low key. He was going for 80 or something at the time, and that's beyond the point. That is beyond the point. The whole issue starts with the bad pack odds, right? Pack odds starting off beginning of the year, every 2K are atrocious. They always have been, and they always will be. Now in the past, it's never that big of an issue because we have budget options. Nowadays, these packs are coming out without any budget options. So right off the bat, the lowest card you can get here or whatever is a 93 plus, and the odds on that are literally 1.5%. So first off, you gotta buy a lot of packs to pull somebody. The base odds are absolutely worse. They will always be worse, less than 1%. You don't have a chance to add an Ami or a Ruby that's actually worth anything. You'll be pulling series 1 cards. So just by thinking of that, right, anyone who pulls any of these cards is making bank, right? Theoretically, because we all want, why not? We all want an Isaiah Thomas. We want a Damian Lillard. We want a Desmond Mason, a Kyle Kuzma, right? Like, theoretically, everyone wants the new cards that drop. I will say that. We'll be on the same page and we'll agree on that. If you don't, that's cool. I understand it as well. I don't really, but we're just saying, like, theoretically, we would take these cards. Now, what happens is when there's only 4 or 5 of them being pulled, the prices are obviously going to be inflated. The problem here lies with, why are we getting sets like this, for example, where they have a billion lower options, and then out of nowhere you stop dropping Amis. You give us 1 Ami that's needed for an exchange, and then you give us 2 rubies but 3 diamonds that are all going for a lot. Like, they're missing the point where we should be getting around the same of everything, right? If you're giving us 2 rubies, why is there not 2 Amis? If you're already giving us 3 diamonds, there might as well be 3 Amis, 3 rubies. That's my thought process. The odds already are bad, but here at least they gave us deluxe options, even though they're not the greatest. 2.8 out of diamonds, which is the step up, right? It's deluxe, it costs more, it's VC only, you can't even buy it with MT. So now that's where everything is a problem. So you got to spend money in order to have a shot at the best cards. So how do you counter that? By buying MT, right? That's how people are countering that. That's how people are figuring. That's the only way to figure that out, to make it work. And that's not right. That's not right. It hurts all of us as a community when cards like Kuzma are over 200k. Why is Kyle Kuzma selling for a price like this? It shouldn't be happening, but it is because of the lack of content. And if he's gonna go for higher, there's gonna be times where he's 300, 400. If we look at just, for example, point guards from this set, is just Isaiah, you're gonna see there's not a crazy amount of Isaiahs up there. There's no Dames. You're not even gonna find that many Dames, and we're not gonna sit here and lie to ourselves and say it's because people are using these cards. No, these cards have been going for a lot when they drop, because no one can afford them, no one could have them. This card is going for over 900k, 900, and it's still September. The game just came out. No one really should have that much MT anyway, unless the big whales, we'll call them whales, the people that spend the most money on the game, and then the people that are buying MT. Everyone else, you can be playing this game non-stop from when the game dropped. I am literally almost AMI tier, legitimately in rep, and I have not earned that much from playing the game. Yes, maybe if I use the auction house more, I'd come close to that, but still, I'm not spending all of it on one place. Like, it doesn't make realistic sense that card prices should be what they are. Literally, AMIs are going for ridiculous prices. You can't see it because people are just buying them, right? When you buy MT, they're not even gonna bid on these AMIs. They're just gonna buy it for whatever it is, 70, 80, whatever random price. That's what's been happening, guys. That's what's been happening. It's been hurting all of us as a community, and I think it's only gonna get worse, especially with the exchange, the way they've been moving with this. They need to fix the exchange in so many ways. People are taking advantage of it that spend money, obviously, and it's fine, we get it, but 5 diamonds for a hidden diamond gem pack is crazy. You need 5 NBA All-Stars. We saw like the cheapest one's 100K. That's a lot of money, and people want to do this. People want these hidden gem cards, so they're gonna do whatever it takes to try to make it happen. They're gonna spend the money, they're gonna do whatever, and this is why 2K doesn't drop budget cards to throw in here. They're not allowing us to throw in on auctionable cards. 2K, please figure out why you're doing that and realize that it's not worth it. You want more people playing the game. People are already getting turned off, turning away from it, and we don't want that. We want the more the merrier. We want more people playing. They're being stingy with this stuff too, because now when you complete, you get a hidden gem 95 plus. That's a pink diamond. So now that could be the reason cards are expensive. I don't mind that being the reason. Cool, no doubt. Drop some more gems that are lower, right? We don't need 5 diamonds in this set. Make it 3 and give us 3 AMIs, for example. There you go. Now we're starting to see cards getting pulled more if the odds are higher, right? We're starting to see a little bit more diversity. The fact that none of these sets are moving correctly to start gives me a loss of hope. I'm always an optimistic person, but right now it's too early in the cycle for us to be having this issue. Like you see here, you get a pink diamond for locking in greatest eras. That's why it's expensive. Sure, we'll go with that. There's not a single Chris Mullin up right now in the auction house. How does that work, guys? Please explain that to me. It doesn't make sense. Yes, there should be a reason these cards are expensive. The lock-in, I understand that 100%, but odds shouldn't be as bad as they are. I should not look and search for a card and only find a couple of them at the end of the day. We can currently buy a Kenny Anderson. There's a lot of him up there, but Latrell, we just saw there was only 3. There was no Chris Mullins. How are we going to sustain this, guys? Like, please explain that to me. And then the big sets have no completion reward, even though there's more cards in there. They only make it for the things that are hard, the things that are expensive. Some of these card prices have been ridiculous through the roof. We're seeing cards go for 2 million MT, and I personally am not liking the direction we're heading in. You guys can tell me and let me know what you guys are thinking. But something has to change, and I think it starts with having more budget options. I think that's the first case, and that will help us in other ways. Look, you can lock in this whole set for nothing, but 3 cards gets you a pink diamond. Like, make it make sense, 2K. I just don't see this playing out for us moving forward. I hope they change it in the next season. You guys tell me what you guys think. Here we go with Power Surge. You could lock in this right here for a diamond, right? But guess what, guys? Guess what? You're gonna need a bunch of different cards, including a Paul Pierce, who is a diamond, right? There's gonna be a lot needed only to pull a diamond. And then if you just got the highest cards in the game, the 3 highest pink diamonds in Power Surge, you get a pink diamond. So obviously, as a competitor, someone who's got money, for example, I'm just gonna go ahead and buy the MT because I can't keep up with these prices. I can't keep up with them, and I need or have no choice but to feel like I should just be able to afford these cards. It's cheaper the MT route. You're not going to pull the cards with the percentages they have, and that's where it goes wrong. The fact that there's not a single Kareem up tells you that we're in for a long year, And the biggest thing is this whole pending situation is only hurting the legitimate people in this game. I'll put up a card for 800 MT and I still have to wait for, after they buy, I have to wait for the pending process. Another funny thing that I noticed yesterday, which is actually ridiculous, if a card actually goes unsold, you can't add it to your collection. Read this. It literally says auction is pending, please redeem it later. What is pending? I want to understand. Unsold, how is that pending? How? So now I want to buy a card. I see there's a very few of them up. For example, I see a card, there's like 3 of them up in the whole world, and I just sold a couple cards and now I gotta wait 30 minutes, and then the card that I'm looking for is probably gonna be gone, and there's gonna be only 2 left, and now the price is through the roof, and all because the odds are trash, all because there's no budget options. Everyone needs all the top diamonds, the top pink diamonds to lock in for hidden gems. And I am not for where this is gonna head, but I need you guys to tell me what you think should be done. How can this situation be fixed, adjusted? Because MT is hard to come by for anyone who's playing this game legitimately. No money spent this year. You will see it. We will try firsthand to make things work, but it's gonna be tough. It is gonna be tough to buy any card at this rate. No cards under 100 when it's actually worth it because of what's happening, and they're only gonna get worse and worse, no doubt about it. And we're not ready for that. We don't want this 2K cycle to die really fast. We want it to last longer. Last one wasn't good. 2K24, it hurt. A lot of people were lost, so hopefully we don't lose that many people here. We wanted the auction house back. We just didn't want it the way it is right now. Like, you're making us have pending situations and then you're still letting transactions go through. So fix that, figure it out. And hopefully, if you guys have any type of solutions, or if you guys have any suggestions or anything else you want to complain about, let me know in the comment. I'll reach out to somebody with all of that when we're done. And with all that said, I'll be seeing you guys later. Keep balling out, keep trying to do your thing, and I'll see y'all soon. Ballin' out.